the engines
and their scooter skunk friends
on the island of Sodor look forward to Harvest Festival time. But most of all, they look forward to Sir Topham Hatt's Harvest Firework Display. Sir Topham Hatt came to see Thomas,
Loretta, Wheels, Maddie,
and James. James, you are to collect the fireworks from the depot. James was overjoyed. Thomas wasn't happy at all. But I wanted to collect the fireworks, Thomas pouted. Sir Topham Hatt chose me because I'm as red as a rocket and twice as grand.
sighed Thomas. Cheer up, T, said Loretta. To be honest, we're glad that we weren't chosen to take the fireworks, she said. What makes you say that? Said Thomas. The girls then told Thomas what had happened when a crazy person called Dr. Amelia had tried to cure all the mutes back in Las Vistas, along with them, using fireworks with the cure inside of them to shower all over them. When they had finished, Thomas was in shock. Fizzling fireboxes, that must have been horrible. They even got me in the Timbercats village. I was hit with an arrow which had the cure in it, and got reverted to a normal skunk for a while. None of us have been affected by it, said Loretta. And besides, she was soon cured afterwards, and it was not more than a couple months later until we met you. Oh dear, said Thomas. I'm sorry that you all went through that. It's alright, T, said Loretta. Besides, all that's in the past now. What matters is the future. Truer words have never been spoken, said Thomas. Anyways, I better get going to the coaling plant, said Thomas. I'll tag along with you to help out with your work, said Wheels. Thanks, said Thomas greatly.
Thomas was still upset when he arrived at the shunting yards. Bother James, he grouched, and he biffed the troublesome trucks crossly around the yard.
Come along, you lot, said Maddie. Get in line, said Wheels. Oh, ow, oh, ow, they groaned.
When James arrived at the depot, he was very excited. The freight cars were all ready for him, filled safely to the top with fireworks. James was coupled up with the precious cargo, and he steamed away. Thomas,
Loretta and her gang
shunted the last truck crossly into place. The troublesome trucks were glad that job was finished. Thomas puffed back into Radford station as Gordon was letting off his passengers. Children and grown-ups from all over the island had come to see the fireworks. Seeing the children cheered Thomas up, but Sir Topham Hatt looked concerned. James has broken down. You must collect him, Thomas, and bring him back, or the fireworks display will be cancelled.
Oh no, said Loretta. We can't let that happen, said Wheels. Then all the children will be sad. And so Thomas, Loretta, Wheels, and Maddie
head off to collect James. Thomas found James broken down on the track. Hello, busted boiler. You don't look very useful now. James was upset. But when Thomas got behind James, he couldn't see ahead. You will have to look out for me, said Thomas. James was cross. You said I wasn't useful.
Look, James, if the fireworks don't reach Radford on time, then the fireworks display will have to be canceled.
James didn't want the children to be sad, so he agreed to look out for Thomas.
And with that, they all set off together back towards Radford station.
When the track was straight and clear, James called out, "Go faster, Thomas!" And Thomas did. They were soon working happily together and making good time. Sir Topham Hatt checked his watch. There was still no sign of Thomas or James.
Or Loretta and her gang.
It's very late, he thought. It's almost the children's bedtime. Even Gordon was worried. I'll have to cancel the display, said Sir Topham Hatt. So the disappointed children started to board the coaches. At last, they could see the signal lights. The signal had turned red. Thomas and James stopped.
So did Loretta, Wheels, and Maddie. They were all puzzled.
Why would the signal be red? Puzzled James.
Maybe a passenger train's coming through, said Loretta. There's only one train that runs around here at this hour, said Thomas. You don't think, said Wheels and Maddie together.
Gordon must be taking the children back, cried James. Thomas
The girls,
and James were very upset. We're here, they cried.
they called out.
And sounded their whistles as loudly as they could, but no one could hear them. The children were all on board. Gordon was ready to depart. Then Thomas had a bright idea. Send up a rocket, he told his driver.
Hey, good thinking, T, said Loretta. If you light one of them up, said Wheels, someone at Radford is bound to see it, finished Maddie.
So his driver carefully lit a rocket. He stood well back as it whooshed into the sky. The rocket burst into stars. A sparkling dragon, cried Sir Topham Hatt. It must be Thomas
The girls,
and James. Stop, Gordon, he said. The firework display is back on. The junction signal turned to green. And Thomas
Loretta, Wheels, and Maddie
and James were soon on their way. James and Thomas were soon at the station. The children cheered.
All right, said Loretta. We made it just in time.
Good work, Thomas, cried James happily. And good work, James, agreed Thomas. Good work, both of you, boomed Sir Topham Hatt. That night, Thomas and
Loretta, Wheels, and Maddie
James watched the fireworks together. I think we are both useful engines, said James proudly. But we are most useful when we work together.
You can say that again, Thomas, said Wheels. And you gotta admit, said Loretta, those fireworks sure look nice, finished Maddie.